Yes, we can hear you, Majid. Welcome. How you sound? Hey, Majid, I said you're from a small city near Hong Kong, 120 kilometers. How many citizens?
Actually, I'm in Guangzhou, China right now. It's nearly 5 p.m. in the afternoon. And I'm in Guangzhou, and I was born and raised in Hong Kong, and I start my training business in Guangzhou. So to be exact and to be clear to everyone, I've prepared a map of China. Actually, I'm right here. Very little tip in the southern side of China. So I'm right here and quite far away from every one of you. So it's thank you, Nash, for introducing me and inviting me to this conference.
Beautiful. If I can,
we have Guangzhou City. We got 20 million citizens, and the whole province, Guangdong province, we got 120 million citizens in the whole Guangdong province. So it's quite a big city, and the GPT is very high in the southern side of China.
Thank you very much, Majid. So small city of near 20 million. Yugoslavia was 20 million, if I can recall. My age says so. And the province is 27 million, you said. If you had only 0.1% market share, you would have like 200,000 people or 20,000?
Yeah, actually, it's a very big market.
Okay.
Yes.
It's good. If you use that, just to picture where we are, if you use that pen that you showed us, your province with, you can point it in the part of Europe with a, its head. And this is how they call us, the dot country, because like a dot, this is what we are in the world. But when people come, we have testified that yesterday with Mr. Argal and Charlie. It's a beautiful country. We would like to welcome you here, Majid, at some point. Majid, yes. From this distance, from this geography, when we look at China, you know what comes to my mind? It comes discipline, efficiency, it comes technological breakthrough, big cities, etc. Is something else also happening, or is that it?
Yeah, actually, I think there are a lot of different kind of information lacking or information twisting around the world, like everywhere, or even in company, in families, we're all doing the same thing. Actually, it's quite free here, unlike what we have heard outside. And we can run our own business, we can do everything freely, as long as you don't do anything against the law. Well, everywhere it's the same, right? Someone go to your home and they eat and they don't break your things. So that's the whole point. So it's actually not that crazy or that controlling. So it's very a free place. Oh, I'm actually in my own training institute right now.
Okay. How does it look? Do you want to show us?
Oh, okay.
Over there.
Okay.
Just to 360, you don't have to walk. If you want, you can. But yeah.
Oh, where I'm sitting right now is like the back of our training area, and I've got lights around me. Okay, and here's the training area. My
friend, this looks like a setup space. Come on.
The conference is important to me. That's why.
Okay, beautiful. So, who is sitting on those chairs? Who do you talk to when who is asking for coaching and help?
Yeah,
maybe why?
Sometimes there are we do a lot of public trainings, and then I've got a lot of corporate training as well. So sometimes a company will come with all their employees, and they will have the training here on team building, on communication, on leadership. Actually, communication is a very big problem here in the corporate world. They spend a lot of time on delivering messages and spending a lot of emotions on getting mad of people couldn't understand what they are talking about. So it's actually always like that around the world. And what I do is try to break the barrier and to create the same language within the company. So so it will be much easier for them to get moving on.
So you also said, again, on the fun side in our conversation, that we are in the 9th circle of luck out of 9 circles. What does it mean? Did you notice some changes lately that are maybe triggered by this phenomenon that you praise in China?
Okay, so I think old Chinese tradition methodology is quite interesting to all people around the world. And it is like that, okay? In the China old tradition, there is a luck cycle, luck, L-U-C-K, luck
Okay.
cycle. It changed every 20 years.
Mhm.
So from 2024, it changed from the 8th cycle to the 9th cycle, from number 8 to number 9. And the 8th cycle, which is from 2004 to 2024.
Mhm.
So in that period of time, all those properties, investment, everything grows so fast. So
Mhm.
I think everyone can realize that starting from 2020, all the properties are going down, and the stock market, you couldn't expect anything happening like so crazy. And then something start growing up, which is the number 9 luck. It's actually talking about psychology. The representing symbol is flame. A
Flame.
flame that is very strong, even is a purple color. It represents our heart. It represents communication. It represents internet. It represents psychology. So starting from in China, there's very very easy to spot on changing happen before the COVID and after the COVID. Before the
Okay.
COVID, everybody's only focused on how they make more money, only focusing on how they can earn more, buy more property and get more rental, and they just keep on piling up their money. And after the pandemic, a lot have changed. People start to care about what they think. They start to care about their health. They start to care about communication. They start to care about their heart. So that's where psychology really gets in and trainings really gets in, because we don't have that much of inquiry of corporate communication training before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Well, we only
Good.
have sales training and leadership training, and that's it. But in the past 2 or 3 years, there are all leadership and communication trainings requests coming.
Thank you, I must say, for shifting this luck circle thing into something that we can relate to, like COVID. And yes, during the COVID, is it like you're saying that people were started to care more about themselves? So does it reflect to managers? What kind of support do they ask for? So do you have maybe an example or something that can picture a story for us? What's happening there?
There's a case here. We have got one student who came here. She is from a huge accounting firm, and she have got about more than 100 employees, staff under her.
Mhm.
And then she have got a few bosses up on top. So as a manager, it's very hard to balance things, because they've got different orders to them, and they need to deliver their orders and make sure the things are working right. So that manager, she have got one main problem. Other directors never yelled at other managers.
Okay.
The director only yelled at her. But you have to have that own sense of like knowledge to realize that why it only happens on me. Because if you don't have that sense, it will be like, hey, you're a bad person. Why you always yell at me? But then she find out that actually there's something about me to create that kind of situation. And then she came here, she started having our trainings, and then she realized one very, very important point. Okay. We can take some notes on this. For when we're delivering some kind of information, when we are trying to tell people things, make the answer come first, or the solution come first.
Yeah.
When your opponent, or when you're communicating the other party, they start asking you question about your solution, then you can talk about the detail. Okay, so that manager is not doing that at work. What she's trying to do is like, I wake up at 8, and then I stand out the door at 8:15, and then I take the bus.
Right.
Yeah, the storytelling. And at the whole point, what she's trying to say is, oh, it's raining today. Okay, so it's so pointless and so like wasting a lot of time, which creates the manager, the director keep yelling at her. And then she changed her communication skills. She changed the way she presents, and then the manager stopped yelling at her in minutes and asking her, "What the hell happened to you? Why you have changed so much?" Actually, it's just a little split and a little bit of our self-awareness. It will create a much easier place to work and a much happier place to work.
It's a beautiful story. My takeaway is that a manager who is leading 100 people below her has this issue with her manager, and instead of if somebody from her management, from the people she manages, certainly saw her, for example, inabilities to act in a certain way, but they were not so brave to maybe tell it, right? They were not telling what is happening, but somebody who is higher in a hierarchy was prone enough to post it. And then the manager reflected on herself and said, what is it that I can do so that this cycle can stop? And that's, you're pointing out the big difference, the self-awareness, turning the lens from them to me. Thank you. It's a very picturesque story. Okay.
So when we do training, we go everywhere. The first thing we teach about is self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
When the employee got self-awareness, when the manager got self-awareness, when the boss got self-awareness, it will be much more easier to create a better place to work for and work in.
Thank you very much, Majid, for joining us. Do you have any last words for us?
Thank you, Nash. And I'm so happy to be in this convention. And I hope everybody can learn a lot from today's and got some ideas from my sharing. And I'm doing all good here in China, and hope someday we can see each other face to face.
A beautiful session. Thank you very much. Can I have a round of applause for this guy? Thank you very much. Thank you, Majid.